Welcome to this demo on target element validation. In the next few minutes, we'll explore how the target element validation feature can help us analyze the reliability of our targeting methods. To demonstrate this feature, we'll start with a blank process and use a type into activity to enter a value in the OnUsCheck input field in the WI application. First, we need to add a use application or browser activity and indicate the WI application. Then, we'll add a type into activity and indicate the input field. The robot has identified the OnUsCheck label as an anchor. Now, let's take a moment to discuss how targeting methods work. By default, there are three targeting methods in modern design: strict selector, fuzzy selector, and image. We can use these methods for both the target and anchor UI elements. The robot tries all possible combinations with the target and anchor targeting methods and executes them in parallel. At runtime, the targeting methods work redundantly, meaning that the robot executes all possible combinations between the target and anchor in parallel. Our target OnUsCheck input field has one anchor, OnUsCheck label name. The robot generates 9 target anchor combinations and executes them. The 9 combinations for our selection are: both target and anchor use strict selector, target with strict selector and anchor with fuzzy selector, target with strict selector and anchor with image, target with fuzzy selector and anchor with strict selector, both target and anchor with fuzzy selector, target with fuzzy selector and anchor with image, target with image and anchor with strict selector, target with image and anchor with fuzzy selector, both target and anchor with image. The identification stops when the first target anchor combination finds the element or when the timeout expires. It's important to note that each targeting method may return more than one candidate, UI element, or similar elements. In these cases, matching is done based on the relative position between the anchor and the target. To get a better view of the candidates, we can click Show All Matches for each target element. For the target UI element, the strict selector correctly identifies the input field. However, the fuzzy selector matches all 3 fields, and so does the target image. This implies that the potential targets for the robot include all 3 input fields. In this scenario, we can use the Validate button, which has a feature that verifies the accuracy of all potential targeting method combinations. This feature generates a score based on the number of correct identifications, while also indicating which combinations are likely to fail. Let's click Validate. There are yellow highlights on the WI app, indicating a duplicate match. Furthermore, the validation score is not 100%, which implies that there is a possibility of automation failure during execution. Before we make any changes to achieve 100% reliability, let's understand how each targeting method works. Fortunately, you can easily check this by looking at the icons that appear next to each method. When we see a blue bullseye, that means the targeting method was the fastest to find the element. If we see a check mark, it means the method worked, but it wasn't the fastest. On the other hand, if we see a duplicate icon, that means the method found duplicates and couldn't identify the correct element. Whenever we indicate a UI element, it's best to pay attention to these symbols to ensure that our targeting methods are working correctly. A unified targeting approach ensures that if one targeting method fails to identify the element, other methods are available as fallback options to try and locate the element. This reduces the chances of automation failures due to a single targeting method not being able to identify the element accurately. If we check the anchor section, we can see the same set of icons. At runtime, the strict selector identifies the element first, fuzzy selector works well, and image returns a duplicate. Additionally, there is one more icon we should know about, which is displayed when a targeting method fails. To see it, let's break the selector by introducing an error, and then click Validate again. And finally, if we see a stop sign, that means the method failed to identify any elements at all. In summary, the blue bullseye signifies the fastest method, while a check mark means the method worked but was not the fastest. The duplicate icon indicates that duplicates were found. Additionally, the stop sign icon appears when a targeting method fails to identify any elements at all. Next, let's restore the strict selector to its original state. Let's see how we can make the target identification process 100% reliable by eliminating duplicates. To do this, we can fine-tune the target and anchor pair. Since the image targeting method is returning duplicates, we need to fine-tune it. We can try increasing the image accuracy for the anchor element, which is a label, and see if it helps. We can set the image accuracy to above 90. Let's validate again and check if it resolves the duplicate match issue. The problem has been solved. We can now see a blue check mark next to the image targeting method. However, it's important to keep in mind that using high image accuracy might cause problems later. Therefore, there is another recommended method for addressing these types of issues, which involves adding another anchor. Let's lower the image accuracy and click Validate again to return to the earlier state. To address the duplicate match issue, let's add another anchor to the target element. Hover over the target element and add another anchor on the cache-in field. Let's validate again. The duplicate match issue is resolved as we added another anchor to our target. Now let's consider the impact of this change on generating target-anchor combinations. With the addition of one more anchor, the number of combinations increases from 9 to 27. Let's hover over the validation button to see the score, which is now 100%, indicating that we have successfully eliminated duplicate matches in our selection. Let's confirm our selection and go back to the studio. Let's summarize what we've learned. Modern UI automation activities use target anchor combinations in redundancy. The Validate option checks all combinations, provides a validation score, and indicates issues through icons. We can investigate potential problems by checking the icons next to each targeting method. Make sure to try this feature out when building your next UI automation with modern activities. Have you encountered situations where you did not get a 100% validation score? After watching this video, revisit those situations and apply the things you've learned here. Thanks for watching, and happy automation!